So I have been stranded here off-grid in the Pacific Northwest, deep in the woods at my friend's off-grid property for the last 5 days. And as many of you know, they live right next door to my good friend neighbor Al. So I've been hanging out with Al and we've been doing everything that we can to clear the snow, but it continued to fall. So I ended up getting kind of stranded out here, but I've had a lot of fun along the way. Second gear. Yeah, buddy. I've had not so much fun because I got sick one of those days, and I've done all kinds of random stuff here at Al's off-grid property and the South family's house as well. So I hope you enjoy watching me being stranded for 5 days out here in the snowy woods. So this adventure began as I returned home to the Pacific Northwest, landing in Portland, Oregon after a recent trip to Hawaii. So my full-time residence is an off-grid cabin way up in the woods, even higher than where I am right now. But because I was returning during a blizzard, I was not able to make it all the way up there, but my friends said I could stay at their place. So that was my mission upon arriving back here, was to pick up my truck and drive it to the South family, aka neighbor Al's place. Frigid, it is cold here. Let's get on the road. Alright, so I'm coming up Al's driveway, and he texted me and let me know that he ran his grader along the driveway. So you can see how it's kind of flattened out, and that pushed a lot of the snow off. It was really thick. So I'm definitely glad he did that. I would have been slipping and sliding. Oh boy. There's a branch over the road right here. Alright, so I gotta move that. I think I can make it past that. I'm so tired right now. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I just want to go to sleep. It's kind of still sticking out into the road. There we go. So as you can see, last night I got the truck stuck. I couldn't break that branch off with my own bare hands, so I just bent it, and I thought I could get enough room on the side of the road to make my way around that branch without hitting it, but I slid off the edge, and then I did this like shimmy back and forth thing, and then I started to slide off, and there's a hole over there on that side of the driveway, so definitely didn't want to slide off into that hole. So I just parked the truck here for the night, and now I'm gonna cut that branch out of the way, and there's some more branches down the driveway that I'm going to work on, and I'll catch up with Al later. And I'm pretty sure, well, I know that he's got a chain, and he could probably use his truck to hook onto mine, and he can pull me out of this spot that I'm in. So what happens when it snows here is the snow lands on these branches, weighs down the branches, especially on these alders, and then as it gets heavier and heavier, gravity pulls the branches down and they break and fall all over the driveway. It's actually not too bad. This driveway has had a lot of work over the past few years done on it, as far as clearing branches for Patrick's house to get in here. Multiple tiny houses have been wheeled up this driveway, RVs. All things considered, this is a pretty epic and long gravel driveway. You know, every year you do a little bit of maintenance. You got to deal with stuff like this, but it's always a little bit every year. But anybody who's a property owner knows that you got to have the tools and the ability and the desire to do these types of things. That's the one of the costs of living out here in the country. You gotta know how to do this stuff. You can't just expect to wake up in the morning and all the streets are plowed and everything's taken care of for you. You got to do a lot of that yourself, or else you're not going to leave until the snow melts or somebody else comes to clear your driveway, which is not going to happen. But give me these chores every day, all day long, over living in the suburbs. If you give me those two options, I'm gonna pick living out here. That's for sure. That's for damn sure. All right, so check it out. Here's Al's snow plow right here. This is what he used to plow the driveway last night, and he just pulls that behind his truck and works pretty well. So I'm gonna wait a few more hours, I think, and then walk over because I don't want to wake him up. So it pretty much rained the whole time I was doing that, and I'm not wearing the best attire for this type of work, but that's because everything is up at the cabin right now and I haven't been there for a long time. So I just have what I packed in a suitcase, tentatively preparing for these conditions because I knew I was going to be back here around this time, but I also didn't want to pack the truck full of all of my possessions for every possible scenario. So I did the best I could to prepare. Little wardrobe change, put on some dry clothes because all that stuff got soaking wet that I was wearing, and I found one of Patrick's jackets, so thanks for your raincoat, Patrick. So this array of solar panels and I have a history together. I actually installed these a few years ago. This was before I was recording things on video, but I do have a few pictures of me putting this together. That was one of my original projects that Patrick hired me to do, and I had never installed a set of solar panels before, so I really didn't know what I was doing, but Patrick trusted me enough to trust in my ability to do the research to figure out how to do it, because he had seen me do several other things that I didn't know how to do, but the finished product turned out decent. So he's like, well, he actually helped a lot with the figuring out the wire that we needed to use and how much of it we needed. So he figured out a lot of the supplies, most of the supplies. So I had all the tools and supplies that I needed, and then I put the puzzle together essentially. So if any of you want to know how to put together a system like this, don't ask me because I only did it one time and I could probably figure it out again, but that's kind of how it's been for me and a lot of the things that I've done. I don't really know what I'm doing. I just sit down and try really hard to figure it out, and hopefully the end result doesn't kill me or anyone else that comes close to what I work on. So Al is going to be stopping by. I sent him a message, let him know that I was stuck. So he said he would drive on over, help me out. I forgot the keys to the truck up at the house. Okay. So I got to go grab the keys. How far down? It's just around the corner here. Thanks, Al. Okay. Just as soon as it gets tension, just start to crawl with you at the same time. Okay. Okay. All right, that worked pretty well. There we go. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Well, on Saturday it's supposed to be really now.
Okay.
Very cold.
Yeah.
Very windy. Very lot of snow.
Okay.
But powder.
Okay. So Al's gonna plow the driveway later. I don't know how much help I can be aside from just manning the shovel, which I plan to do. I'm going to take the South family's tractor and I'll at least clear the turnaround area over there. That's gonna help both Al and I have a nice turnaround spot. So we'll see how that goes. This tractor is very point and shoot. There's no blade or turning of the blade. It's just kind of scooping, but we'll see what I can do. right, well, it's a lot better than it was. As it continues to rain, the snow is turning more into slush, so it's easier to push around, but Al says it's gonna snow even more over the next few days. But he's gonna bring his plow and run it up and down the driveway while it's slushy. And as long as we just stay on top of the driveway maintenance here as it continues to snow, I think we'll be able to make it in and out of here okay. But just in case, we're both stocked up on groceries for the next several days. Oh, here it comes. So there's where I slid off the side right there. So I think as he was making that pass, he was hugging the right-hand side of the driveway, and then on the way back, he's gonna hug what will be the right-hand side again, and he'll kind of clear off the entire driveway by doing that. Yeah, that's pretty slick.
That's better.
Yeah, it works really well when it's slushy like that.
Yeah. I hooked it on one side too.
Okay.
On that side, so
Gotcha.
over that way. Now I'm hooked in the middle.
Yep.
And maybe I can push that. Make it wider this time.
That's what I predicted. Drug it up to that point right there.
Yeah. And I unhooked it and turned around and rehooked it.
Okay. So it'll
Turn
swing
itself around.
Yeah.
You want to ride?
Sure.
More weight and more traction.
Yeah.
I had the long chain on yesterday. So it drifted over and dragged me over that way.
So I'm here at Al's house the night before a potential storm. We're watching the weather, and they're talking about how crazy the conditions might get. So we're both ready, though. Al's ready. He's got the water wheel going right now.
Last time for a while.
Yeah.
I think it's going to freeze
Yeah.
after this.
We were talking about the part 2 of his life story, and he's looking for pictures of one of the custom cars that he built. He's got the complete project photos, like when it was done, but he's still trying to find the photos of, was it you and your dad together, or was it solo?
Well, it's mostly me.
Okay.
Well, my dad bought the parts. He had it all apart and started working on it. The engine was in pieces, and that's how I got it. Well, there's one to me out working in the snow in the winter.
Well, I'm looking forward to the complete story soon. That was a sneak preview for all of you.
That's going.
Hey, Dip. Yeah. You'll do me. All right, everyone. So the predictions that were being made on the news last night came true for the most part. Not as much snow accumulation, but we definitely got blizzard-like conditions. It's very cold and the wind is blowing. So I will not be going up to the cabin for at least 4 days, maybe longer. Not sure, because everything is very icy. The driveway here alone is pretty icy, so I don't even want to try driving in these conditions. I'm really looking forward to getting back up to the cabin. I love it up there. I got lots of projects that I want to work on, that I have been working on, that I want to share with you. The weather's not really cooperating with me right now, so I'll be getting back to my DIY projects and getting my cabin more comfortable and optimal for off-grid living. And I woke up with the beginning of a sore throat, so I'm not going to visit with Al today because I don't want to get him sick, but I am going to hike around and just get some shots, because the South family who owns this house that I'm in right now, they're in Hawaii, and they were like, you got to send us pictures because they love it here in the snow and they miss it. So I'm just getting some footage and photos for them to share with them and to share with you guys, to show you what's going on. All right, well, we got a lot of snow last night, and that sore throat that I had yesterday turned into something. I don't know, but I'm feeling really, really sick right now. It's like 1 in the afternoon, and I'm just now getting up. I vomited a couple times. That made me feel better, but still, just standing up feels pretty awful. So my one goal today is to get the solar panels cleared off, because that is a major source of the electricity here, because this whole property is completely off the grid. There are no connections to utilities up here. So there's the solar panels, which connect to a bank of batteries, and then there's a generator in the shed up there. So hopefully tomorrow I'll have the energy to explain all that to you, but we'll see. According to that thermometer, it's below 30 degrees here, so it is pretty cold. And I think that's the high for today. 29 degrees is the high. So obviously I haven't been driving the past couple days, but I still want to start up the truck, let it run for a little while so the battery doesn't go dead. All right, well, this walking around has actually got me feeling a little better, so I'm gonna keep walking around. I'm up here at the shed. So this is where the power station is at. I switch here. All right, so this is the generator. It runs off of propane and gas. Right now it's being run by propane, just like everything else here. And when I say everything else is ran by propane, I'm specifically referring to this heater right here is both electric and propane, but the fuel source that creates the heat is propane, and then the electricity runs the fan and pushes the hot air into the building. And I'm referring to the hot water heater that's inside this building. That is propane. This is a propane cook stove here. Under that black plastic bin right there, those are the batteries. And then over here, I'm not sure which is which. One is the charge controller and the other is the inverter. Yeah, oh my gosh. Charge controller and inverter. And they get their water from a well, which is pumped out of the ground, and then I believe the water goes into this tank. So there's the building up there, and then the wellhead is underneath this fake rock here, and that pump needs to have electricity to it so that they can continue to have water. That's the water situation here. So there is a lot going on here. I'm not going to go through and explain everything because I don't fully understand it, and it's been changed since I helped install all this stuff. So a lot of breakers, a lot of stuff going on, but it works. And that's what provides the power here at their off-grid property. So I am super duper lucky to know the South family, because they're an awesome family, but also because they have like a template here of what I would like to do someday eventually, either up at the cabin or somewhere else on another property that I invest in. And then neighbor Al was an inspiration for them, I believe. So I got lots of role models to look up to. I don't know. Speaking is very difficult right now, as is walking, but I'm gonna keep going. So that's their tiny house, which was their first building that they brought up here. Like I said, that was wheeled up the driveway, and then as the family grew, they had this building right here built, which I did all the excavation for. This was kind of a crazy transition to go from this hill down here, so.
Diego says it's 15 tons, you guys. 15 tons. That's 30,000 pounds of gravel that they just dumped out. 30,000 pounds.
A lot of memories here for me, and then also their family, obviously. And this is another shed that I helped Patrick build. He did most of it, but that's the Starlink for the internet here. The original Adventure Agents HQ is down there. Oh, and I have to show you that later. There's a 10 by 10 building that I built up there. So it's a crazy compound here. I'm gonna walk over to Al's house. I messaged him and he said he's doing fine. I still don't want to get him sick though, so I'm gonna keep my distance until I'm feeling better. Leave attitudes here. Will do, will do. Left my attitude right there. Walking over to Al's, already making me feel better. So there's Al's house down there. I'm walking over. This is where we cut the firewood before. All right, we did some damage. We're gonna call that good for today. This is the path to his spring, so I'm gonna see what it looks like in these conditions. Al said the night before last, like before it snowed a bunch more, he came up here and had to clean out the screen. So I wonder what it's like now. Here it is. It's hard to see, but it looks like it's still clear. Looks good to me. I see Al outside shoveling here. I'm gonna go say hi, but I'm gonna keep my distance. Don't want to get him sick. Hello there.
Hey.
I've never seen this much snow at your house before. This is a record for me.
It's kind of rare.
Yeah. You know the most snow that you've got here before?
I think it was about 3 feet.
Wow.
But I was in California.
Oh, that helps.
Yeah, I was sitting on the beach in California and heard on the news Portland had a lot of snow. People up here said it was about 3 feet. Well, I've seen 2 feet.
So going off of the picnic table over there, Al said he's got about a foot over the last several days. He was running low on power last night. He didn't completely run out, but he's tried to start the generator yesterday, and it's a pull string, and it was just too hard. It's pretty much frozen. Oh, now it's thawed out.
Well, that's not too bad.
Nice.
Pulls a lot easier. Oh.
Rhonda.
Up the driveway, any trees down?
I haven't walked down past Patrick's house. I just came this way.
Nothing between here and there?
No.
Horizontal tree there, that wasn't down before.
Oh.
That came down yesterday, I guess.
So last time I was here and Al was getting firewood, he had a pile right there.
Oh, yeah.
And he's burned all that since I was here.
Plus this first row is gone.
Yeah, you've been going through it. This time of year it goes fast.
Oh, this weather.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was pretty windy there.
Yeah. So no trees have fell on buildings as far as you can tell.
Not this time. This one I disconnect the battery.
Oh, yeah.
As soon as I'm done using it, old battery that I bought second hand. It must be over 10 years I've had it. It still goes great. I should probably clean off the greenhouse. It's getting wet. It'll collapse.
Man, this place is so cool in any conditions, but right now with all this snow, it's really, really cool. So Al can't use the water wheel right now because it'll freeze, but his solar panels are producing as long as they're not covered with snow. He had to climb up there this morning and clean them off, and now they're charging his batteries again. But once the sun goes down, he won't be producing any electricity, so he's got the generator up the hill. So Al, do you know approximately how many wheelbarrows you go through in a night like this? One a day?
Yeah.
Okay.
24 hours.
Yeah.
In this weather.
Yeah.
When it warms up a little, wheelbarrow load will probably last me a couple days.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday afternoon it got a little chilly, so I loaded up the stove and got it going pretty good. I didn't have any damp wood or slow burning stuff, so I threw a big chunk in, hoping it would slow it down a little because the stove was glowing red around the bottom.
Oh my gosh.
Inside, and it was hot. You couldn't get that close, you would burn your hands almost. And so I threw in a big piece, and that didn't help. I had all the dampers shut down as far as they go.
That's really hot.
And it got really hot. And it was bedtime. When I went to bed, it was 80 degrees upstairs.
Oh man. So that super dry wood.
Yeah,
is
this is 2 years old.
Yeah, this looks really dry.
This is left from last winter. I didn't burn any of this last winter. So it's been in here for 2 years.
Mm.
Oh, man, it burns hot. This is easy now. Trail. Can't go down through the regular trail there because that bush is just collapsed.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta make a new frame to go under there when the weather gets a little better. I just sweep out the other.
Oh, did snow get inside there?
Yeah, from up top there was all
Wow.
open. And the snow just blows in and covers everything.
Oh man.
I take the broom and sweep off the toilet seat.
That's funny.
A little wider. Come on in, get warm. Look who's here, Dick.
Oof, yeah, it's nice and warm. Won't take long to melt the snow off of these.
No, it'd be nice to have them on the bricks. Yeah, that was my goal for the day. Cast shovels and bring down some wood.
Mission accomplished.
And check the generator. Yeah, I was going to put the generator in the wheelbarrow, bring it down here and warm it up.
Oh,
That worked out great.
yeah.
You're good luck. You got it, Deb. Found something that goes with part one.
Oh.
My first grade picture.
Okay, let's see if I can identify. Oh, there he is. I recognize that picture.
You saw those other pictures.
Yep. That's cool. 1947. You know, that picture of the outside of the school that I used in the video, I just found that on the internet because you had the aerial shot.
Right.
And
I
then,
think I saw a picture of it on the internet.
yeah, because you could only see the back from the aerial shot, I think. But then you said there was stone steps out the front, and I was like,
Farther up the side, I think.
oh, there's something about the way that you described it. I'm like, that's got to be it. Plus the name on the picture
Well,
said it was.
Greenland. That was the only school they had in Greenland.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, anybody sits in that chair, it's right on the lap.
Dipstick acts like a dog. When you stop petting him, he'll nudge your hand and be like, hey, hey, more petting. More petting. Yeah, more petting. Why'd you stop? Why'd you stop? Hmm?
Yeah, I had this up about this high yesterday morning, before the storm hit. So I burned it all that much yesterday and today.
So good news, everyone. I woke up feeling much, much better today. Coughed up a loogie, drank a bunch of water, and I just finished a workout for the first time in a while. That's very unlike me to take such a long break from physical exercise, but I felt really great during that workout. And for those of you that don't know, when I'm up at my cabin, I have a pretty regular exercise routine. I pretty much work out every day and just don't really take many days off until my body just forces me to quit for a day. And then I hit the reset button. So I just got back from about a month-long vacation. That's why I'm here right now and not up at my cabin, because at the beginning of this video, when I arrived back here at the Portland airport, I came from Hawaii. And before arriving in Hawaii, I was with my girlfriend making a long road trip to Texas for the holidays. And so I've been traveling with her and then seeing my mom and stepdad in Hawaii. I was gone for about a month. And yes, Diego has a girlfriend, the lovely Julia. So I have a little bit of a social life, just a little bit. So I was vacationing that whole time, and I did get a few workouts in here and there. I ran several times. I used a hotel gym a couple of times, but it's nothing like my regular workout routine. And I really don't know what happened to me the last few days. I don't know if it was something that I ate or something about this building, like me not being familiar to the air in here, or it's like too congested, or I don't know what's going on. But the more I think about it, I'm like, I think my immune system just got really, really weak. Because when I'm on my regular routine, working out like a madman, it feels like my body is like, we don't have time to get sick. I'm sweating every single day. My body is sweating out all the bad stuff, and then I try my best to fill my body back up with good stuff, home cooked meals all the time. And during that vacation, I was doing my best to, you eat out a lot, don't exercise as much. I tried to make smart decisions with the food that I ate, but sometimes it's really tough, and it's just like, hey, I'm gonna eat this. I would never eat it under normal circumstances, but what other option do I have right now? So I just ate a bunch of stuff that I don't normally eat, and then didn't exercise nearly as much as I regularly do. And whatever happened to me over the past 2 days, I think it could have been because I was just weak. I was just really, really weak. I felt weak. I wasn't sleeping that well because every night I went to bed, I wasn't really super tired because I hadn't really done anything all day relative to what I normally do. So this felt really, really great to get this workout in this morning. I feel so much better. And now it's so beautiful outside. I'm gonna go for a hike and get my sweat on and meet up with Al too. I think he's gonna plow the driveway again. I sent him a message to see if he wants to join me on a hike later. But I'm gonna go on one right now by myself for sure, because I just feel amazing right now, and that's really what I want to do. But if Al wants to go on a hike too, then I'll go on a second hike later on today. I just feel great. It feels so good to sweat again and get a good pump. I just love it. And I can't wait to get back up to the cabin. Honestly, get back to my normal routine, get all my normal groceries, just get back to a routine. Vacations are nice, but routine is critical, for me anyways, in my mental and physical health.
It kind of bases their purchase decision on that. So now the brand is under pressure. Like, it's probably worse for the consumer, but it's what the consumer wants to buy. That's where...
Okay, so this zip line has started to sag more and more over the years, so I gotta sit down, get a running start while I'm sitting down. There we go. Come on, baby. That is too much fun. Let's do that again. Oh boy. Tree. Oh God. Seems like you're gonna hit the tree so hard every time. It's terrifying. Oh. Oh, that is so great. It's been a long time since I've done that. Patrick and I put this thing up with an excavator. Not sure if I can find footage of that, but there's an Adventure Agents video, I believe, all about it.
Oh, Agent Strongman, always there when we need you. Come on, we got to get on the escape zip line. Hop up on, there we go. Where you going? Hey, get back here. Where you going? Girl.
I'll have to put a link in the description so you guys can check that out. That was a good time. Good memories. All right, that was a lot of fun. Now I'm going to continue hiking, and as you can see, it is an absolutely marvelous day, and I have not gone down the driveway. Neither Al or I have gone down the driveway since we did our plowing and since it snowed some more. So you can see the difference between the snow over there and the thickness of the snow on the driveway. There's the gravel right there. So we're not too deep. So I'm gonna meet up with Al in a few hours and he's gonna drag the driveway again. So that should be interesting to see how that goes. Like I said, it is soft right in the middle, right there. So there's the gravel, that's real soft. But then there are these chunks, real icy, where those chunks that were sliding off to the side of his plow thing. It's so cool when it snows, you can see where all the wildlife has been. All right, so I made it down here to the asphalt. Hey, cow. What's up, cow? How you doing? So the county has been taking care of plowing the roads. Obviously it's still not all melted, but if we absolutely needed to get out of here, I think we could right now. After Al does his plowing today, that is. We'll see. All right, ooh, I'm really feeling great now. I ran on the way back. Made it here to the house. I'm gonna have some lunch and then I'll meet up with Al in about an hour.
Just got this injury, you could probably push it.
All right, tacos were great. And now I have some leftovers for lunch tomorrow. So inside the fridge here is all my food. Avocados, cheese, kombucha, spinach, ground beef, salsa, butter. Got some more ground beef in the freezer. Got some rice, popcorn, peanut butter, more tortillas once I run out of those tortillas, and I've got potatoes. Oh, and some chips and some mixed nuts here. So that is all of the food I got from the grocery store. I didn't film that part, but when I landed in Portland at the airport, I drove from there to the grocery store, got food, and then drove to the property here and dealt with that branch over the road and all that stuff. So that's what I'm working with as far as food and nutrition while I'm here.
Anyway, you almost got
Afternoon, sir. Man, beautiful day.
Yeah,
Got some sunshine.
too hot in here.
It is very warm in here. Feels good though.
Put too much wood in. I wasn't planning on sunshine, I guess. I just finished filling up the batteries. They're pretty low.
So you have to fill them with water periodically?
Yeah.
Okay.
The old-fashioned lead acid.
Mm.
Yeah, you want to go for a hike? No. Well, I gotta put something big in there. I won't lie. I just brought these in, so they're not too hot. That'll go for a while. Did you get pictures of the ice below the ground?
I got a video yesterday, but yeah, it looks like there's way more ice now.
There's some neat
Oh, cool.
icicles and stuff on it.
Yeah, I don't know what it was that got me yesterday, but I slept with the window cracked open last night,
Yeah,
right next to me. Feel a lot better. I mean, I feel back to normal now.
great. There's some right up here by the steep part that came down a while back.
Do you leave this here all the time, just in case?
Yeah, because that's where I run off the road the most.
Yeah. It's
No,
not
I
a bad
lost
idea.
it for a long time.
Oh, really?
Couldn't find it. And I was walking up here and I saw a piece of it. Oh, that's where I left it.
Yeah. Is that pink flag over there a property line?
Oh no. I put that there because there's some. That was the easiest way to get to some dead stuff
Oh,
that I haven't done yet.
gotcha.
There's some huge stuff down. There's ways over on the bank down there. That's where I figured it would be the easiest. Drove the truck through, I guess. I don't remember.
I just heard some popping off in the distance, like a branch or oh, there. Yeah, those trees right there are swaying a little bit. Those two, look at that. They're all
We go
moving.
back and forth 20 feet or more when it's really windy.
Oh man,
It's really scary.
the wind's blowing now.
Then it's really windy up on the ridge.
Yeah, we got to keep a lookout for stuff that's going to be falling.
If you hear a big crack right above you, bury your head in the snow.
If I just shove you real suddenly, it was to save your life from a falling tree.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't to be a bully. Is this cold air? How is it on your lungs?
It's fine. I'm from New Hampshire. Although that was a long time ago.
So it gets really cold there in the, well, yeah, there's a lot of snow, we know that.
I remember 48 below.
Oh my gosh.
Christmas vacation, I guess, from college. We went up in the mountains. And the college had a cabin up in the mountains that you had to hike into. We stayed up there and got up the next morning. It was way too cold to ski. Although there were a couple of crazy ones that did it. So we hiked back down to the road. There was only one car that would start, and it was like a 53 Chevy. So he jumped in other cars. We finally got him going. Drove from there to New York City. So we thought it would be warmer down there. And they got about 2 feet of snow
Oh my
in New
God.
York City.
Wrong move.
Yeah, we had fun. So we tried getting back to the hotel. Got stuck about a half a block away, right in the middle of the road.
Oh my gosh.
There was nothing moving except us. We went to a bar until it closed. They called it the Yukon Bar in the middle of New York City.
Alright, so we made it to a good view of Mount St. Helens over there, off in the distance. It's getting pretty cold up here with that wind chill. So I think we've had about enough. Thanks for joining me up here, Al.
Oh, that was fun. Woke me up.
So I'm going all the way to the top, to the best viewpoint. Al decided to go back, but check it out. On my way up here, I think these are legit cougar prints here. And we got some hairy scat right there. Oop. Yeah. Cougar country. You can see their tracks, and it looks like there was this is where they popped a squat and dumped their load there. That might be TMI for some of you, but I find that very interesting. Oh yeah, I mean, check this out. That cougar went right up to the viewpoint where I'm going. They wanted to catch a view just like me. Oh, there he is. Thought I heard you over here. Clearing a path to the water wheel.
Yeah, maybe in a couple of days we might try out. Might want to use it.
Yeah.
Wait till it stays above freezing for a day or so. Break anything.
Mind if I dry my boots off inside?
No, I haven't been in yet either.
Really? Yeah, I got some good pictures from up there.
All right. The view here best, like right now this time of the year or in the summertime? What do you think? Every day.
Every day.
Whenever I'm awake and looking out the window, it's all good.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Let me see if the truck will start.
Okay.
Clear the driveway and turn the mailbox.
Doors are shut. Carol.
First wife. She was tough. Farmer for Vermont.
There's the plow.
They frozen into the ground pretty good.
There it goes. Nice. I'll ride with you.
Yeah.
that was pretty slick. Al did that whole turnaround without having to unhook. Al's checking his mailbox over there, and then we're gonna head back up. Is beautiful, nice and smooth. That thing is working great. And Al's gonna make another pass, and he's gonna hook it on one side, so not even on the middle ball area where that hole is. He's gonna hook it like to the as far to one side as he can. Whoa, big old chunk there. That is a block of ice. Man, this driveway looks pristine now. Look at that. This looks like a ski run on Mount Hood or something. Real nice. If I had my snowboard, I would just shred down this hill. Just kidding, I wouldn't want to do that. There's chunks of ice right beneath the soft layer on top. It would be pretty easy to catch an edge and face plant right now in these conditions. All right, so Al's gonna try and make it back up the hill that we came down. It's not plowed, so we'll see how it goes. He's coming in hot. Second gear. Yeah, buddy. Go, 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 go. Come on, baby. Oh, oh man. So close. Man, he got right up there to the tip top. You thinking of giving it another try?
Yeah, I think I'll park.
Okay. That was awesome. That was a good try. I think that's about as good as he could have done with that. Well, that was fun. All right, I got the truck bed loaded down with some extra snow to add some weight for extra traction onto the truck here. Because it's perfect conditions right now and Al and I just plowed the road, it's really great. I'm gonna go get some groceries because I'm running kind of low, and I might just make it back to the cabin tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. The weather calls for more snow, but not until tomorrow evening. So if I make it out of here in the morning and the road conditions are good enough up there, this might be my last night. And if I make it out of this spot, that's gonna conclude the stranded portion of this adventure. So let's see what happens. All right, my friends, well, as you can see, I was able to make it to the grocery store that night, get some more food, come back to the South family's house, and we are now jumping to the future here. Hello, I'm still here at their house. It has been a total of 10 days since I landed at the Portland airport and came here. Much longer than expected, but this winter storm has held on for a long time. I recorded even more footage than I'm going to show you, but this video is getting super duper long, so I'm going to conclude it here. I have continued to cook. I have continued to work out. I have continued to hang out with neighbor Al. Al and I are filming part 2 of his life story, so that's coming up soon. And then at some point, I will be making it back to my off-grid cabin, but as you can see from the pictures that I'm going to show you right now, road conditions are extremely treacherous right now, and that might be a video in and of itself right there, just getting back to the cabin. I'm considering making that journey up there, but I'm gonna need some chains because the roads are icy. I've only got 4 batteries for my chainsaw, so I don't know, it might be kind of dangerous. Look at this truck. We'll see, but at some point I'm gonna make it back up there, start making videos at the cabin again. But I'm really looking forward to making more videos and putting them out, editing them this year and sharing them with you all. So big thank you to the South family for letting me stay here in their house. I really appreciate it, and congratulations to them. They just welcomed their 4th child to the world, so I am so happy for them, and I owe them so much. They are one of the biggest factors in what has allowed me to learn the skills to make these videos that I've been sharing with you and live the life that I'm living right now. So love you guys. And that concludes this video. I will see you all on the next one. Thanks.